MSc Yoga, first paper. Principles of Yoga and Mental Health. Question and answers. Question. Explain the role of yoga and mind. Let's come to the answer. In Ashtanga Yoga, mental growth through Pratyahara and Sadhana has been emphasized upon. The body is therefore under the control of direction of the mind. Human mind has been divided into following three categories depending upon its qualities or gunas. First one is Sattvic mind or Sattvic guna. Second one, Rajasic mind or Rajasic guna. Third one, Tamasic mind or Tamasic guna. Let's come to the first one, Sattvic mind. A Sattvic mind is completely at peace and cool like the moon on the full moon night. Its chief characteristics are kindness, truth, contentment, love, devotion, humility, and happiness. In this state, the blood pressure remains normal and the living cells multiply and become stronger. They obey the orders of the mind without any hindrance. The person endowed with this type of mind can control and develop his body at will. Second, Rajasic mind. In this state, the sattvic traits of the mind are overshadowed by the cleverness of the intellect. The mind then groups in darkness of worry, sorrow, jealousy, greed, anger, fear, and luxury. In such a state, blood circulation becomes abnormally rapid and leads to turmoil and confusion in the body. The cells are also in a disorganized and disturbed state. Their growth and development is stopped and their deterioration and weakness begins. Any amount of exercise and diet cannot then save the body from disintegration. Body is therefore bound to suffer. Third one, tamasic mind. When we start feeding ourselves on the poison of deceit, theft, ignorance, laziness, violence, adultery, and other sinful activities, then our attitude towards life also gets destroyed. We start taking pleasures in all these debased activities. Our thinking is completely blurred because our blood circulation is so disorganized that the cells stop their normal functions. They start getting filled with poison instead of life. None can save such a person from his doom. It is now obvious how mind can influence the body. Mental health is the first condition not only for the growth and development of the mind, but also for the body. It is therefore all the more necessary to acquire sattvic mental traits through constant effort. In fact, physical and mental health are inseparable. One cannot be improved at the expense of the other. If the mind is sick, it will not allow the living cells to be healthy. And if the body is sick, it will make the mind helpless because it cannot control the direct body functions. All elements of nature are in constant motion. That is, their atoms are vibrating all the time. The entire universe is therefore being spun by a powerful source of energy. This vibrant motion is well organized and well regulated. We may not be able to see this motion, but its existence cannot be denied. Life itself cannot exist and grow without this source of energy. Every element of the universe vibrates vigorously or slowly according to its own individual characteristics. Nature is also in constant vibration. heat and temperature are the other forms of energy like motion. All are in fact the manifestations of the energy which pervades every atom of the universe. This energy which provides motion to objects and brings about changes in the universe is termed as prana in Sanskrit. Prana, vital energy, and akasha, matter, are all pervading. Modern science says that these two basic elements of the universe cannot be destroyed. Their quantity, therefore, cannot be increased or decreased. The concept of yoga is a little different from this. According to the yoga philosophy, they are not indestructible and themselves. They are the manifestations of the God. And since God is neither born nor destroyed, they also are endowed with these properties. That is, they are indestructible by virtues of his indestructibility. Science considers akasha, the matter, and prana, the energy, as two different things. But according to yoga, physical matter or akasha is the gross form of energy of prana. Similarly, prana is the gross form of mind, which itself is one of the smallest parts of omniscient God and manifests his qualities. So, the only thing above the mind is God, while prana is under the mind and physical matter is under the prana. Thus, except God, nothing is above or more powerful than the mind, whereas prana and physical matter are under it. Raja Yoga emphasizes the control, training, and sadhana of the mind because it believes that if the mind is within control, then no other yoga practice is necessary. Each and every object of the world, whether organic or inorganic, is made up of atoms. Matter is the manifest form of these atoms. The subtle form of matter is energy of prana, and the subtle form of prana is mind. But mind is the gross form of the God Himself. It is also believed, both by yoga philosophers and scientists, that the macro or gross form of an object is always under the control of its micro or subtle form. That is, physical matter is ruled over by prana, and prana is turn is controlled by the mind. Thus, what is called pranayama in yoga language is actually the art or rather the science of controlling prana by the mind or willpower. If the mind is able to control prana, then the gross form of prana, physical objects, will automatically come under to the control of the mind. That is why pranayama has been laid so much emphasis upon his hatha yoga, and its importance has been recognized and established in yogic postures and mudras. Pranayama forms a very important part of Ashtanga Yoga of Patanjali also. But whether one does pranayama or yogasanas, one can have full benefit out of these activities only when one constantly tries to purify the mind and make it sattvic. Mind, prana, and body, or physical matter, are the three different states of the same thing, atom. So, any sadhana without the training of the mind is incomplete. Those practicing yoga experiences a number of factors that results in a profound effect on their mental health.